Yo, what is up CHH fans? In today's video, we're going to be discussing N.X.T MOVE Records. As some of you may know, they recently released 3 of their artists, Christopher Syncere, Henrik and Coop. But in today's video, I'm not focusing more on the releasing part, but more on the career path of Christopher Syncere, Henrik and Coop. Now let's get into the video. As some of you may know, each of these artists is known for very different things, but are also known for similar things as well. Whether it's bars, lyricism, or just making a great song, all 3 of these artists can do that extremely well. But that's not the question. The question is, what will these artists do with their career, and where can we expect these artists to be in the future? To answer this question, I'm going to use something I like to call the NXT theory. Now I know what you're thinking. What is the NXT theory? The NXT theory is an acronym standing for different things within each letter. Now you might be thinking, what could X possibly stand for? And you'll find out later on in the video. But starting off with N, not signing. This might be the possible outcome for a lot of the artists that were once in N.X.T MOVE. They might not sign to a label, realizing that being an independent artist within the CHH space works well, and there really is no need for a label's cosign to be successful within the space now, as you've seen with Indie Tribe, Battz, Monty, Jude Barclay, and many more. Not to say you shouldn't sign to a label, but just to say it doesn't seem like it's needed like it used to be. If these artists choose to do exactly that, not only will this be a good thing for their careers, because they'll be able to drop music whenever they feel like it rather than having to run everything through a label. And not only that, they can release videos when they want, they can do premieres and all those things, albums, projects, almost whatever you can think of, they can do it freely. So when it comes to going independent or staying independent, that is a very likely case for a lot of these artists. Now to the letter X, exists in different groups. And by that, I mean existing in different groups within CHH. Not to say they won't work together, but just to say they'll be working together in different scenarios. What I mean by that is, while we might get a Coop in Reach Records, while we might get a Henrik in RMG, and while we could get Christopher Syncere and maybe even Indie Tribe, we don't know what to expect. There is a possibility that even though they choose to be independent, some might sign and some might not. It really depends on their own choice and what they think is best for their career and their music. But if they do choose to do so, it would be amazing to see all of these artists work with different artists that CHH fans know and love. For example, it would be super cool to see Henrik work with someone like Derek Minor or Canon. It would be awesome to see Coop work with somebody like Mineo, Lecrae, and Hulvey, and it would be super cool to see what Christopher Syncere, nobigdyl, MoglitheIceburg, DJ Mykael V, and Jon Keith can all do on a track together. But though this is just a scenario, there is a slight possibility that some of these things can happen. After all, it is up to the artist, so it is a possibility. Now before we get too far into the video, I do have to let you know that these are just theories. None of these things have been confirmed or denied, but let's get back into the video. Out of all the theories in this video, I would have to say this one is probably my favorite. T, the next big collective. Yes, I said it, and you might be wondering, what do you mean the next big collective? As some of you may know, Indie Tribe has been spazzing within the independent CHH space. Whether they're having a festival, whether they're releasing a Billboard charting project, or just releasing amazing music videos, Indie Tribe has set a standard for independent artists on what you should be doing and what you shouldn't be doing and how to execute properly. I think N.X.T MOVE, or at least the N.X.T MOVE artists, have that exact same potential. They've already shown us what they can do when they work together on It Has to Be God, and if they get 100 Gram to work on the beats, we might be getting more and more amazing independent artist projects within CHH. They've already shown us that the format for these 3 artists works, but the question really isn't if they could do it, it's how they would do it. How would these independent artists go about becoming the next big collective? It's obvious they can't use the same name N.X.T MOVE because that belongs to N.X.T MOVE Records, so it's more about how would they market themselves as a new collective. Don't forget to follow Henrik, Coop, and Christopher Syncere on all of their socials, links in the description. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you on the next video.